The restaurant's glowing sign flickered through the wet windshield. And for a long moment, Nathan sat there gripping the steering wheel, his heart heavy with the kind of exhaustion that comes from disappointment after disappointment. Blind dates had become a cruel routine in his life-awkward dinners. Forced smiles, polite goodbyes, and the silent drive home, where hope slowly drained away. Asterisk, this one was supposed to be the last. Asterisk. Nathan had promised himself that if tonight didn't work, he would stop trying. Stop believing that somewhere out there was a person who could understand the quiet. Loneliness he carried like a shadow. He almost drove away. But something in him, maybe stubborn hope, maybe simple curiosity, made him take a deep breath, grab his coat, and step out into the rain. Asterisk, before we continue, take a moment right now. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the idea that one moment can change an entire life, please like this video. Comment where you're watching from, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss stories that remind us how powerful human connections can be. Asterisk. Nathan walked into the small restaurant in Portland, Oregon, shaking raindrops from his jacket. The warm smell of coffee and baked bread filled the air. It was quiet, cozy, and almost empty except for a few couples sitting near the windows. He checked his phone. The message from his coworker, Trevor, was still there. Asterisk. Her name is Olivia Hayes. She's nice. Promise. Asterisk. Nathan sighed softly. Trevor had said that about the last 3 blind dates too. Asterisk. A waitress approached him and asked if he was waiting for someone. Nathan nodded and chose a table near the corner. He sat down, trying not to let the familiar feeling of doubt creep in. Asterisk. 10 minutes passed, then 15. Nathan stared at the door, thinking maybe she had decided not to come. Honestly, he wouldn't blame her. Blind dates rarely worked out for anyone. Asterisk. Just as he reached for his coat, the door opened. Asterisk. A cold gust of wind rushed in, followed by a young woman stepping inside carefully, brushing rain from her long brown hair. She paused near the entrance, looking around the restaurant with slightly nervous eyes. Nathan noticed something immediately. She walked slowly, with a subtle limp, leaning slightly on a simple silver cane. Asterisk. There was nothing dramatic about it. No grand entrance. Just a quiet presence that somehow made the entire room feel different. Their eyes met. She smiled, soft, genuine, a little shy. Nathan felt something unexpected shift inside him. She walked toward his table, each step steady but careful. When she reached him, she offered a warm smile and introduced herself as Olivia Hayes. Asterisk. There was no awkwardness in her voice. Number apology for being late. Just calm honesty. She explained that the rain made the sidewalk slippery. She preferred to walk slowly rather than risk falling. Asterisk. Nathan nodded, suddenly aware that none of the rehearsed thoughts he usually prepared for dates mattered anymore. Asterisk. They ordered coffee. Asterisk. At first, the conversation was simple. Work, hobbies, favorite places in the city. Nathan learned that Olivia worked at a small community library. She loved old books, quiet mornings, and volunteering at a children's reading program on weekends. Asterisk. But there was something else about her, something deeper. Asterisk. She listened. Asterisk. Not the polite kind of listening people use while waiting for their turn to talk. She listened, as if every word mattered. Asterisk. Nathan found himself opening up in ways he never had before. He told her about his job designing software, about how life felt strangely empty lately, about the years that had slipped by while he focused on work instead of relationships. Asterisk. Normally, he would feel embarrassed sharing so much. But Olivia didn't judge. She simply nodded, her eyes thoughtful, as if she understood loneliness better than most. Asterisk. Halfway through the evening, Nathan finally asked about the cane. Asterisk. Olivia smiled again, but this time the smile carried a quiet strength behind it. Asterisk. 3 years earlier, she explained, she had been in a serious car accident on a highway outside Seattle. The crash left her with a permanent injury to her leg. Doctors said she would always walk differently. Asterisk. The hardest part wasn't the pain. Asterisk. It was how people changed. Asterisk friends slowly stopped calling. Relationships she had believed in ended quietly when the man she loved decided life would be too complicated. Asterisk for a long time, Olivia admitted. She thought her life had already reached its most important chapter. Asterisk. Nathan felt a knot tighten in his chest. Asterisk, he realized that while he had been complaining about bad dates and loneliness, Olivia had been rebuilding her entire life from the ground up, and yet she sat there smiling, not pretending everything was perfect, but genuinely grateful to still be living.
Oh.
The rain outside turned heavier as the evening passed. The restaurant lights grew softer, and the quiet atmosphere made their conversation feel almost suspended in time. Asterisk. Nathan noticed something surprising happening inside himself. Asterisk, for the first time in years, wasn't thinking about whether the date was successful or awkward or worth repeating. Asterisk was simply present, listening, laughing, feeling. At one point, Olivia shared a story about a little boy from the library reading program who struggled to pronounce certain words but refused to give up. She described the determination on his face when he finally read an entire page correctly. Asterisk, as she spoke. Her eyes lit up with a warmth Nathan had rarely seen in anyone. Asterisk, and that was the moment he understood something. Asterisk strength didn't always look dramatic. Asterisk. Sometimes it looked like a quiet woman, the silver cane who chose to keep believing in people. Asterisk, when the restaurant finally began closing, Nathan glanced at the clock in surprise. Nearly 3 hours had passed. Asterisk outside, the rain had softened into a gentle drizzle. Asterisk, they stepped onto the sidewalk together, the cool night air wrapping around them. Streetlights reflected off the wet pavement like small golden stars. Asterisk, Nathan walked beside Olivia slowly, watching her pace without even thinking about it. Asterisk. They reached the corner where she had parked her car. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then, Olivia said something that stayed with Nathan forever. Asterisk. She admitted that she had almost canceled the date that night. All blind dates made her nervous. After the accident, she often felt like people saw the cane before they saw her. Asterisk, Nathan looked at her, genuinely surprised, because the truth was the exact opposite. The cane had been the first thing he noticed. Asterisk, but her courage was what he couldn't stop thinking about. Asterisk. Before saying goodbye, they stood there under the quiet glow of the streetlight. There was no dramatic moment. It's no movie-style confession, just two people realizing that sometimes life changes direction without warning. Olivia drove away. Nathan stood there watching the taillights disappear down the street, and for the first time in a very long time, loneliness he carried didn't feel quite as heavy. Asterisk, over the following months, as Nathan and Olivia spent more time together. Asterisk, they visited parks, bookstores, small coffee shops. They took slow walks along the river where Olivia liked to watch the sunset, reflecting on the water. Asterisk, Nathan discovered that happiness wasn't found in perfect circumstances. Asterisk. It was found in patience, in kindness, in someone who reminded you that even broken chapters can lead to beautiful stories. Asterisk, Olivia.
Asterisk.
Never pretended the accident hadn't changed her life. Asterisk. But she refused to let it define her. Asterisk, her quiet resilience began changing Nathan too. Asterisk. He stopped rushing through life. Asterisk stopped measuring success by promotions and paychecks. Asterisk instead. He began noticing small things, morning sunlight through windows, laughter during simple dinners, the calm feeling of knowing someone truly understood him. Asterisk, one evening, almost a year after that rainy blind date, Nathan took Olivia back to the same restaurant where they first met. The same table was empty. The same warm lights glowed softly against the walls. Asterisk. And as they sat there, Nathan realized something powerful. Asterisk. The night he almost drove away had been the most important decision of his life. Asterisk. Because the girl who showed up that night didn't just become someone he loved. Asterisk. She became the reason he learned what love actually meant. Asterisk. Before we reach the final moment of this story, here's a special request. If you're still watching, comment the word hope below. It helps this story reach more people who might need to hear it. Tonight, now back to the story. 2 years after that rainy evening, Nathan stood in a small garden in Portland surrounded by close friends and family. Olivia stood beside him, holding his hand. The silver cane was still there. But now, Nathan saw it differently. It wasn't a symbol of limitation. It was a reminder of strength. A reminder that life's most beautiful moments often arrive quietly, disguised as ordinary evenings. We almost walk away from as they exchange vows under the open sky. Nathan realized something that once seemed impossible. The blind date he never wanted to attend had led him to the person who changed his life forever. Not because everything became perfect, but because love finally taught him how to see the beauty in imperfect paths. And sometimes. That's exactly where the best stories begin. If this story touched your heart even a little, please take a moment to like the video, leave a comment, and share it with someone who believes in second chances. Your support helps keep these meaningful stories alive and reaching people all around the world. Because somewhere out there, someone might be standing in the rain, wondering if they should walk away.